Let's talk about New Business LLC Loan Instant Approval for Fair Credit. How do you apply properly so you can get the large loan you need and deserve? Don't you go anywhere. We have a whole program for you today. And I want you to the edition of the Awesome Sudi Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous. If you were to ask me, if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about New Business LLC Loan Instant Approval for Fair Credit. How do you apply properly so you get the large loan you need and deserve? The first thing I want to talk to you about is bank loans. In other words, you want to check first with the institution where you currently have business or personal accounts. You want to start there because you already have the relationship with them. So why don't you look first what they have before looking elsewhere, okay? Look for bank loans, and this could also be credit union loans, business loans, that is, okay? And when we talk about bank loans, there are some institutions that are very friendly to new business LLCs who are looking for loans. For example, we have PNC. PNC is great. They have a business loan that is great for businesses that want an unsecured term loan with a simplified application and decisioning process. So here you have loan amounts that go from $20,000 to $100,000. Again, we are speaking about new business LLCs. As long as you have the relationship at the personal level, this is really great. No collateral required. You have an easy payment processing, and you have convenient terms. You also have the U.S. Bank business loans for startups and new business LLCs. Here you have loan amounts for $5,000 to $250,000. You have flexible terms up to 84 months. SBA financing is available. As long as you have the right relationship with U.S. Bank, you can qualify. You also have Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is very friendly also to new business LLCs and startups in general. Here you have a line of credit that goes from $5,000 to $100,000. Okay, this is the revolving credit line, and this is kind of cool because this allows you to supplement cash flows, to expand your business, to cover unexpected expenses. And the last one I want to share with you is Navy Fed. Navy Fed also has great business lines of credit, and the line of credit starts at $35,000, and you can use the cash for everything from temporary working capital to cash flows to payroll to unexpected expenses and overdraft protection. So here I'll just share with you 4 institutions, 4 lenders that are friendly to no business LLCs, but the list is not exhaustive. You can find other institutions, okay? So the first step is to look for bank loans. The second step is to look for other loans. So you want to check second with online lenders and alternative lenders. Okay. The thing here is that we are looking for a new business LLC loan instant approval for fair credit. So we really need to cast a wide net. So first we'll look at credit union and bank loans. Now let's take a look at online lenders and alternative lenders. And I'm going to share with you a few institutions that are friendly to new business LLCs when it comes to business loans for fair credit, instant approval. We have Fundbox. Fundbox is kind of cool because they have a line of credit. The maximum loan amount is $150,000. Minimum credit score 600. The APR goes from 10% all the way to 40 or 50%. Okay, that's kind of high though. But the cool thing is that the minimum time in business they're asking you is 6 months. Okay, and this is kind of good. And this is an easy line of credit that you can get. We also want to share with you Funding Circle. Here, the maximum loan amount is $500,000. This is really good. You have an online term loan. This is not a line of credit. This is a term loan, and the minimum credit score goes from 600 to 660. And the APR ranges from 10% to 36%. Okay, what we love with Funding Circle is that your cash can be available within 3 business days. This is really good, and they offer competitive rates among online lenders. They don't have a minimum revenue requirement. This is really good, and terms up to 7 years. And the third one I want to share with you is Lendio. Lendio is kind of cool also because they have startup loans for up to $750,000. And Lendio is actually a network of 75 plus online and bank lenders. Okay, this is really good. And what we love with Lendio is that they are really fast. They're really fast, and they have a diverse range of loan options for new business LLCs. And the fourth lender I want to share with you is Biz to Credit rather, Biz to Credit. And Biz to Credit is kind of similar to lender in the sense that they are a network of lenders. And what we love is that Biz to Credit is really fast. You can obtain funding options and a decision within 24 hours. 24 hours, and they can fund up to $500,000, and they are very friendly also to new business LLCs when it comes to business loans, instant approval for fair credit. The third thing you need to do is to look at your business's assets and debts. We're speaking about assets and liabilities. It's very important, okay? And you can actually find a lot of those things through by analyzing your balance sheet. And I don't care if you're a new business, you can prepare something called a projected balance sheet. Okay, this is a pro forma balance sheet. In other words, this is data that is not based on actual results, but on forecasted data. It's important, okay? So just right off the bat, I just want to say that assets are everything a business owns. Okay, so you will find assets on the left side of a balance sheet. And you have many categories of assets. You have current, you have fixed assets. Okay, you have intangible and intangible assets. When you talk about current assets, we're speaking about short-term assets, right? So we have cash, accounts receivable, office furniture, office equipment, fixtures. Now, in some cases, office equipment could be considered long-term assets. Okay, but the bottom line is you have for the current asset. When you hear the term current assets and short-term asset, they mean the same thing. When you hear the term long-term asset and fixed asset, they mean the same thing. In other words, fixed assets, we're speaking about vehicle, we're talking about equipment, all that kind of stuff. The reason why you want to have this is that if you want to up your chances of getting a business loan for a new LLC, you better have a clear idea of what your assets are, if any. Okay, this is really important. And so I spoke to you about the assets. The assets, we have more. I just can't list all of them here, but you also have tools, machinery, equipment, boats, vehicles, buildings, rather. You have land, the whole 9 yards. And you also have liabilities. Okay, so liabilities are found on the right side of the balance sheet. So liabilities run the whole gamut also. We are speaking about accounts payable, so money owed to suppliers, and this also includes accrued payroll and accrued rent. You have unearned revenue, you have customer credit, credit card, taxes on investment, wages owed, salaries owed, sales tax payable, lease agreement, debt payable, insurance payable, and so on and so forth. The bottom line here is that when you actually subtract your liabilities from your assets, you have something called equity. This is the business's net worth. It's important because what you want to do is that after you first if you want to properly apply for a new business LLC loan, instant approval for fair credit, after analyzing your bank loans, after analyzing your online and alternative loans, you need to actually properly analyze your assets and debts to make sure that you are in the right, you're in the green rather, you're in the green, okay? Because that's what you want. You want to have positive net worth. The fourth thing I want you to pay attention to is your PG, your personal guarantee. This is important because if you are a new business LLC, some lenders want you to post a guarantee. They want you to pledge a personal guarantee. In other words, you are personally liable for the business's debt. Okay, this is what it is. So a personal guarantee is a document that you as a borrower sign pledging to repay the balance of a loan in the event of default or if the property securing the loan declines in value. So personal guarantees can be used for business or personal loans, but in both cases, these guarantees create broader liability for borrowers and co-signers to repay the loans, okay? And this is, just think about it as an extra layer of security for the lender because your business is new, right? You have a new business LLC. They're just thinking, what if we have the sad statistics that a lot of businesses die within the first 2 or 3 years, and who's going to pay those that business loan that you are taking? That's why the bank wants you to pledge a personal guarantee. So if you have a loan that asks for a personal guarantee, you really need to ask for it. You need to make sure that you cover yourself too. Okay, what is required for a personal guarantee? Well, a lot of things. First, you need to apply for the loan, for the business loan. You need to gather your documents, and the financial institution, your lender, will tell you what kind of documents are needed. You need to review your records, and the lender will check your credit, and the lender will set up the personal guarantee documents, and you just need to sign it. So when you sign the documents, those documents will include the lien and the guarantee agreements. Okay, so pay attention to those things. One thing I want to say here is that the bottom line is, should you sign a personal guarantee for a business loan? Well, do you have a choice? That should be the question, because if you own 20% or more of a small business and are trying to get a small business loan, especially if you're a new business LLC and you want a loan instant approval for fair credit, you might be required to sign a personal guarantee. That's why small business owners must understand how personal guarantees work and have business partners and managers they can trust. This is important because there are legal consequences. In case of default, there are legal but also financial consequences of a personal guarantee. Your personal assets can be seized. This is important to have that in mind. So you're not actually off the hook here. You have skin in the game, making sure that you are able to repay the loan. Now let's talk about business plan. If the funny thing is, people sometimes underestimate the importance of a business plan. If you want to apply for a new business LLC loan instant approval for fair credit, you want to beef up your chances of being approved. Okay, and a business plan offers you that. The plan offers you an opportunity to make that happen. Okay, and it doesn't take that long to write a business plan, really. Depending on your industry, it can take 1 week maximum. But if you have a professional write the business plan for you, that's even better. You can write the business plan within 3 days. Just make sure that you don't actually hire a cheap ass writer that you pay $5 or $10 or whatever. No, you want to have a professional write your business plan. Okay, you want to make sure that all the terminology that is there, you are able to include that. Make sure that you keep the business plan simple and concise. Okay, and the bottom line is that a business plan is not just for your new business LLC loan instant approval for fair credit. You could use it for the long term too. Yeah, this could be a great useful tool for the long run for yourself also as a business owner, so you have a clear idea where you are leading the business. Okay, and the business plan also allows you, boss, if you really think about it, it allows you to run a nimbler business, a more, I would say, a more flexible business, because you're able to change direction and strategy based on the trends in the industry, because you have already done the analytical work that is needed to run the business, and that analytical work must be done in the business plan. So when we talk about a business plan, there are a few steps you need to take to write a business plan that is compelling, that is solid, that is convincing. Okay, make sure that you mention the value proposition, the market need, okay, your solution. This is important. And also it's important to describe your ideal customer, so the target market, and mention the competition. Everybody knows that every business has competition. Don't tell me that, I just discovered this niche and I'm just so lucky that I have no competition. Boss, you're just lying to yourself. All right, you have competition. You just don't know about it yet. So describe the competition, your funding needs, in other words, the use of loan proceeds, what you need the money for, your sales channels, okay, marketing activities that are going to bring revenue to your business. Talk to me about that. What is your budget and sales goal? What are the milestones you would like to reach at some point in time? And what is your team? Okay, talk about that. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Studio Kiwi Show. We are obviously having a conversation about new business LLC loan, instant approval for fair credit. How do you apply properly so you get the large loan you need and deserve? So first, you want to familiarize yourself with bank loans. Number two, you want to familiarize yourself with other loans. I'm talking about online lenders and alternative lenders. Okay. Number three, we want to have a clear analysis of your assets, your company's assets and liabilities. Number four, you want to analyze the personal guarantee, the guarantee you are going to pledge. And of course, this has legal and financial consequences, so be very careful about that. And number five, you need to write a compelling business plan. Number six, you need to understand the loan requirements, the new business LLC loan instant approval requirements. Okay. And the thing is that normally when you are asking for this kind of business loan, the requirements are pretty straightforward. They will have a minimum FICO score that you need to have. They might ask you for 550 or 600. They want to make sure that you are able to demonstrate sufficient cash flow to support monthly loan payments. So even if you are a new business LLC, the thing is, the lender wants to make sure that you are able to demonstrate that you will be able to pay them back. It's all about liquidity, cash inflows, cash outflows. Okay, and make sure that you have not declared bankruptcy in the last 12 months or foreclosure in the last 24 months. And this is something that you need to think about. Depending on the lender, they will be some lenders are really iffy about that, and that you haven't had any late payments on your bills, loans, credit cards. Okay, and sometimes you might have to pledge, you might have to show additional security. One thing I'm trying to say here is that just contact the lender and have a conversation with them so they can actually explain to you what needs to be done. And there might be some special requirements for startup loans, actually. Okay, so really, if you are a business that has between 0 and 6 months of operational activity, you might actually get better terms or more flexible terms. But again, depending on the lender, make sure that you are able to talk to them and make sure that you show a business plan with a 12-month or 24-month or 26-month cash flow projections, for example. Okay, it's very important to demonstrate liquidity. I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Revenue is cool. A strong balance sheet is cool. A strong projected balance sheet is cool. A strong projected income statement is cool. But a strong cash flow statement is even cooler. In other words, you're telling the lender, hey, listen, we might be new. We might be a new kid on the block. We might actually do a lot of things in a novice way, but we are able to generate revenue. We are able to monetize the business model. We are able to draw income from this. And this is, at the end of the day, this is what the lender needs to see, really, because they just want to get paid. Okay, they are advancing funds to you, and they want to be able to get the funds back plus interest. That's all. So the last thing you want to say here is, if you want to apply properly for this new business LLC loan instant approval for fair credit, you want to talk about the loan proceeds, because the lender wants to make sure that the money they are giving you, you are using that cash to boost revenue. In other words, the money they're giving you will be used to increase more money coming into the business. And this is important, okay? You can use the loan proceeds to help finance a large variety of business purposes. However, there are a few restrictions, okay? For example, proceeds cannot be used to buy an asset, to hold for its potential increased value, or to reimburse an owner for the money they previously put into the business. Okay, so in other words, you're not actually borrowing for speculative purposes. You're borrowing to finance something for real. You're borrowing to buy inventory. You're borrowing to pay for operational expenses, accounts payable, all that kind of stuff. Okay, and you can use business loan proceeds for short-term working capital needs, including seasonal financing, contract performance, construction financing, and exporting. Okay, you can use the cash to purchase equipment, machinery, furniture, fixtures, supplies, or material. Okay, you can use it to purchase real estate, including land and building that are really related to the business. You can actually use the money to establish a new business or assist in the acquisition, operation, or expansion of an existing business. It's all about something that has a business purpose. Okay, you can use the cash to refinance existing business debt under certain conditions. So the bottom line here is that the lender wants to make sure that you are using the cash for for legit reasons. Yeah, I'm not going to say law-abiding reasons because, but you really want to have legit reasons so that they understand exactly what you're going to use the money for. And there are some restrictions. This is why you want to talk to your lender, because business loans for new business LLCs may not be used for, if you want to, let's say, to repay a delinquent state or federal withholding tax amounts, for example. No, you can't do that. You can use the cash to reimburse an owner, for example. No, you cannot use the money to see. The thing is that if the purpose is not considered to be a sound business purpose, it will not fly. Thank you so much. I want to quickly recap today's conversation. So I was talking to you about new business LLC loan instant approval for fair credit. How to apply properly so you get the large loan you need and deserve. Number 1, you want to explore bank loans. Number 2, explore other loans. Number 3, you want to actually analyze your assets and liabilities. Number 4, you want to analyze your personal guarantee. Number 5, write a compelling business plan. Number 6, think about the loan requirements. And number 7, think about the loan proceeds. Thank you so much for your attention. I will speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.